I told my friend she can yank her child when she has one. Paige and I met 2 years ago in a mommy and me yoga class, back when neither of us had a baby yet. She was trying to get pregnant even then. I didn't know how hard it was for her. She just showed up every week with a rolled up mat and a coffee she wasn't supposed to have, and we clicked. By the time my daughter Nora was born, Paige was one of my closest friends. She came to the hospital the day I had her, babysat so my husband Dan and I could get one decent dinner out, never made me feel weird talking baby stuff around her, even though I knew what she wanted more than anything. Nora was 3 months old when Paige and I planned lunch at a diner off Route 9. She rode with me. Nora was rear-facing in her car seat. It was a Tuesday, a little after 11, sunny, dry road. Nothing dramatic about the day at all until it was. We were stopped at a red light on Kessler and 5th when a pickup truck hit us doing almost 40. He never touched his brakes. My head snapped into the wheel. Paige's phone flew out of her hand and cracked the windshield from the inside. Nora started screaming, the kind of scream that rings in your ears after it stops. Paige had her seatbelt off before I had my bearings back. She twisted around and got her hands on Nora's car seat buckle. I grabbed her wrist. I don't remember my exact words, something like, "Don't touch her, don't you dare take her out." It came out harsh. Paige froze like I'd slapped her. I turned as far as my belt let me and talked to Nora, told her mommy's right here, kept my hand flat on her leg. I didn't unbuckle her. I just stayed there talking until the sirens showed up 9 minutes later, which felt like an hour. Paramedics collared me as a precaution, cleared Paige on scene, and moved Nora, seat and all, onto a gurney with a tiny brace around her neck. We ended up at St. Vincent's in 3 curtained bays. Dan met us there white as paper. By early afternoon, they told Paige and me we were clear, just bruised. Nora was still with the pediatric team. Dan went to sit with her. Paige and I were standing in the hallway when she started in on me. "I can't believe you just sat there and let her scream," she said, loud enough that a nurse 2 doors down looked over. "You didn't even try to comfort her. What kind of mother does that?" I told her it wasn't about comfort. With an impact like that, you don't move a baby until you know their spine is okay. The seat holds them aligned. Pulling them out first, before anyone can check, is how you turn a maybe injury into a real one. I wasn't guessing. Every car seat safety class says the same thing. She wasn't hearing it. She said I looked cold, said it reminded her of other times she thought I put logic over feelings, dragged up some old argument about a bridal shower that had nothing to do with any of this. I was exhausted, sore, still hearing Nora's scream on a loop, and I snapped. "You know what, Paige? When you have a kid, God forbid you two ever get in a wreck, you can yank them right out of the car seat and do whatever you want. I'll mind my business." She went quiet, really quiet. Then she said, "I don't know if I'll ever get that chance," and told me right there in the hallway that she has PCOS. 2 years of trying. A doctor told her last month that carrying to term might not happen without help she can't afford yet. She said I was an asshole for bringing up a hypothetical kid like it was nothing. I felt sick. I told her I wasn't trying to hit a nerve. I was just frustrated. She didn't answer. She walked to the vending machine and stood with her back to me for a long time. 10 minutes later, the pediatrician updated us on Nora. Clear scans, no fracture, no injury. And then she said right in front of Paige, whoever kept her still in that seat did exactly the right thing. Moving her before we cleared her spine could have made it a lot worse. Paige didn't say a word. She grabbed her bag and asked Dan to drive her home instead of riding back with me. We didn't talk for 2 weeks. Then my friend Holly called to say Paige had been telling people a different version, that I screamed at her for trying to help a screaming infant, that I threw her infertility in her face for no reason. Our friend group got cold fast. 2 people canceled plans without saying why. 3 weeks after the crash, we were all at Holly's gender reveal. Paige was there. She brought it up loud, in front of people I barely knew, said I had no idea what it was like to actually want a baby, and couldn't even be decent to the one I had. I stood up and told the whole thing, start to finish. The truck, the car seat rule, what the doctor said with Paige standing right there listening. Her face went red. She grabbed her purse and left without a word to anyone, not even Holly. That night, Holly texted me that Paige was telling people I wasn't welcome at anything anymore. I texted back one word, good. I'm moving to Spotify. Search KoleReads and follow.